How you doing, Ralfy? Ralfy Customs now then. Quick disclaimer. Unfortunately, the knucklehead fucking household is suffering the dreaded Rona. So far, I'm testing negative, but I feel like shit that's been fucking dug up, cooked, frozen, burned, buried, and dug up again. So bear with. It's going to be a tricky fucking week. Now then, we're doing the forward controls. Yeah. Now the problem I've got is that this casting. The problem I've got is I should have gone. I ain't doing any frame rubber mounted ADAS and just done it normal. There you go. I don't know why he's got his heart set on rubber mounts. He's scared of the vibration, but if he owned and rode a shovel head for a few decades, then he'd realise it's meant to be fritter. Anyway, these fucking castings all over the shop. So I've deciphered one, right? In my fucking debilitated state, I've worked out that we're going to use these. That don't fucking go anywhere. Look, that hole's fucking redundant, and so is that one. Them three, the remaining three, pick up nicely on the casting, which relate to these three. And then we've got the foot peg. We're duplicating the top half of that, really. We've got the foot peg and the pivot for the gear change that I've snugged up a bit because it's going to be fucking miles away from where it needs to be if not. So yeah, so we've managed to make a fucking plate, or rough out if you like, a plate. We've worked out the dimensions. Just setting the vice back on the milling machine after doing my top yoke, that the video of which should be going out just before this one, I think. So I'll try and remember to link to it, but I can't promise I will. Anyway, we're going to set that in the vice on a couple of parallels, and we're going to drill the fucking 4 holes. What we need to do is a little bit of working out as well. Okay, so we're mounting this on a couple of parallels in the mill vise, like so. Press down, tighten up, and we want to take these out because some of these holes might come close. So slide those out of the way. Right, there's a few areas that I need to duplicate, and I don't think you can see it very well, but marked out on there is a set of circles, and basically that's this end of the forwards with these countersunk bolts that go through and catch this surface. So I need to bore this hole to suit that diameter, and then pick up these 3 holes and the countersink. We need to duplicate that feature in that's that bit. This bit's for the foot peg, which takes that bolt. These 3 are for the side stand, which I've worked out is an odd size. I need to find the bolt for it, but I want to give myself a bit of clearance. So I'm going 10mm there, 11mm there, and this is going to be whatever it works out to. I dare say it's imperial, but I've got 22 actually on the nose. And we'll see what that is. 22mm, and he's boring out to 22mm then. And then we need to pick up on the 3 holes, so we can drill those. I've got a counter bore. I've got a milling cutter that's the same size as those heads. What I'm struggling with is a bolt, a drill that's 4.5mm. like 3/16. So if I go 5mm, we'll have plenty of clearance, won't we? So I'll fetch 5mm and a, whatever this is. Oh yeah, I've already got that one, haven't I? That's 3/8, so we're going 10mm. I'll fetch a 5mm drill bit, and then we've got all of our tooling, apart from this 22mm, in place. Right, so we've got our clamp. Let me put my light on. So, awful for you. That's actually not too awful, isn't it? Anyway, we've got this all clamped down, and I put my wibbly wobbly in. Look. I'm just gonna kind of dial myself nearer for the moment. Make sure I can hit the mark, and also change my speed while I'm at it. So I'm working around you. So if my voice is getting louder and quieter, it's as I'm moving around. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll get this running nice and smooth. About there, and dial it in to that centre. So then it's only got to fix itself, so I'm not too scared about getting it down to the foul light. But I think we could call that. Maybe back a bit. There. I'm going to call that centred, so I'll lock my bed off. Like so. Lock that off. Lock that off. And now we can change this out to a centre drill, of which I've not got one to hand. Hold on. One bit of kit I didn't get out. It's like so, and we'll wind that up, and that can make a start for us, can't it? Come on. Come on. There we go. So that, regardless of any of my working out, etc., that is now the centre of that position. The centre of his universe is there. Faux show. And what I'm going to do is swap out to a bigger drill bit. Eventually, what I'm going to run through is 22. If you found me 22, it's good as gold. I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. There's Queen Mary. Didn't cure it, did I? If you know, you know. Let me get. I'm going to get another drill bit. I'll be back. Right, let's get in with a 6mm bit. Will be a nice start for us. Same speed, it's fine. The cutting speed of a 1/4mm drill bit, or 1/4mm tool, in steel is 1,000, and we're in alley and running 1270, so spot on for it. Well, I could run faster actually, like 4 times faster, but the machine won't do it. There we go, that's that through. What I'll do now, once the Queen Mary stops her fucking, well, Chewbacca's fucking come to visit, I'll do some left hand tool changes, because I've set the camera up the way I have. I don't want to get my hand in the way of it all. I'm going to change this out, slow it down, change it to 22, and we'll get our board out. Then we're going to leave that well alone. We're going to do the others. Yeah, we're going to do the 3 at 11, the 1 at 10, and then we'll come back to this. We're going to transfer punch the 3 holes through once we've done the 22, so we can go from there. So bear with. Right, that's at 22 milling. Make sure it's tight. Can't do it with my left hand. This is going to be one of the shittiest videos I've ever done. I feel like fucking death warmed up. Right, where are we? I can go with that. I can't even make a joke about lube, but it is fucking sticky if you're watching. Apple. There we go. That's all right. Happy days, so that's that done. What I'll do, I'll get this tool out. Put my spinner back in. And, fuck off. Not you, this. Put my spinner back in. Get my speed back up. Zero it in a bit. I'm waiting for all the comments saying don't use your fingers. Don't use your fingers to do that. Yeah, sure, if you knock this right off, it'll fucking be like a fly cutter. And it'll make a right mess of you. So you feel your way, don't you? You're not just shoving it here, there and everywhere. You be gentle. Gentle. Yep. Right. I'm going to pick up on these holes and drill them out accordingly. I'll do a quick fast forward through that for you. So, we've drilled the holes, haven't we? Happy days. Now, we need to make provision for this to fit. It actually goes through from that way. But well, that goes through like that. And we need to copy this. So, I need to be really careful now. Don't make this the wrong way round. Because I'm going to mark it on this side, but it needs to be countersunk on the other side, so maybe, just maybe, mark it on the side that you need it on, ain't it? And we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. Well, we're going to make a little sandwich, and then I can go in with transfer punch, which I've found one that's not exactly the right size, but near enough, you know. So let's crap that as. And there. That should give us, looking down, 3 impressions. And I don't mean Frank Spencer, Tommy Cooper, and someone else, Les Dawson. I'm going to tell you about the mother-in-law. None of that going on. I knew she was close because the man started throwing themselves on traps. We need to drill these out now and countersink them, so I'll get it set back up. And we're going to use exactly the same method. We're going to use the spinner to find these centre dots. We're going to drill through 5mm and then we're going to counter bore with a 5/16, I think it is, down to the depth to make the fasteners sit in there flush. So down to the thickness of those heads. Yeah. Sorted. Right. So I'm not 100% now. I'm fucking cock on the middle of that, to be honest. I think it needs to go the other way, this way a little bit. Like that, so I'm just going to put a glare on, hold on. Please. See that? There we go. Without putting my cheetah glasses on, which I'm not doing, I'm calling that, and we'll go with it. So we'll change this out. Oh, bear with it. Well, right, go close for the back of my hand there, didn't you? And you can't see properly, can you? Once I get this in, I'll move you. Bear with. Right, I moved you back, tilted you back a click. Well, we'll go with this. It's a lot of winding to do. Probably should have done this before I press record, but put your feet up and bear with. Come on. No, we'll just touch on, really. We don't need to go mad. Just don't want the drill bit to wander, so we're going to wind that in, and we're going to just start on the taper at that. There we go. Now I've switched that out to the clearance size. Bear with. Bear with. On the back of my hand. Just need to drop that down a bit. Like that. And we'll run that through all the way. Won't take very long. To there. Like that. And now we need to change my tooling. See if I can do this left-handed. Yeah. Need to change out to that end mill, which I'm not going to hold in. The chuck, as tempting as that is, I'm going to change this out to a chuck holder, so you can join me once I have. Right, we're back in the auto light. That's very lovely. And we are going to use the fog paper. These are fogged, like they're blown out. They got that damp, but hopefully my years of filthy habits. It's not habits, is it? It's fucking addiction. How socially acceptable certain addictions are, you know. They don't call it that. We don't use the addict word. We use I'm a smoker. I'm not, but we call it a habit. Yeah, it's not a fucking habit. Anyway, we'll touch off on that paper, and then we know we want 5mm errors to clear the head. So nice and steady. So my judgment's not great today, so bear with. Any second that, there you go, got it. So we'll knock that off. We'll zero a dial. We'll speed that up and rip that out of the way. And we're on 5mm. Happy days, which is 2.5 turns of my handle. So we've got 1, 2, and now round to 1. There. That should absolutely do it, unless the tool's snugged up in the auto lock mid-go like. Whoever means to test that in the fucking bolt. So yeah, I think it did. I think we want another 0.5mm. So we're gonna repeat that slight edge there as well. We are going to repeat that exact same. Yeah. So start her up, wind her in until we touch, and we'll go 5 and see what happens. We want at least another half a mil. So come on. I've got there on my dial. We're not on it, are we? We're there. He's on it. So we'll go 2, 4, 5.5. It's there. And we'll check that. Just like before. Get this shit out of the way. See if that'll go in there. Yes. So we want 5.5. Because we're running on Swiss cheese, remember? We'll make a note of it there, look. Now, all I'm going to do is go around the other two and just do exactly what I've done. So I'll do that off camera, and then we'll go for a test fit. So we're all drilled and fettled, and it fits a treat. So that fits through there. Then you got the backing piece for the pivot, etc, etc. What I've started to do off camera is rough this out. I'm going to just I thought about I could set it up on the milling machine and do various radiuses and use a rotary table and blah blah blah, but in reality it's a bandsaw and sander job, which is less than glamorous. So I'll get this cut out off camera and made pretty, well, smoothed out like, and then we can get it on the bike, can't we? And that's one side done. And there we have it, look, cleaned up and sorted. I've fitted on the bits that need fitting on before it's fitted on. There's your plate, look. Sorted, nice and chunky monkey. Just what the doc's fucking ordered. So we're there, we've got one on. Halfway. A nice alley plate. You can't really see. And that holds the side stand. I can't test that until I get the front end in, but it might need a bit of a warm up and an angle of the dangle change. But actually it's looking pretty fucking good. The one thing I've got to sort out is the gear change mechanism. I think that I might be able to get away with the standard length linkage with a bit of jiggery pokery. Unfortunately the thread on the existing joint is not the same as the thread in this forward control, so that's next on my to-do list, but I'm going to call one side done. So if you enjoy what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up, give me a follow, check out the next in the series when we'll be tackling the right hand side, and then we'll be on to the exhaust and the sissy bar, etc, etc. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one, lots of love.